So here it is, a premiere we've all been waiting for, and man, a crossover with the Evil Dead series. Didn't see that one coming, did you? Basically, what I'm trying to say is this premiere was an absolute mess. We start off with Twilight learning to fly, but all she does is show off in front of her friends. But hey, that's what happens when you take lessons from Dash. And hey, just in time for the Who Gives a Fuck festival. They already have one of these for every goddamn day of the year. I don't see why we should elevate this one above the rest. Well, to be fair, this was the one that celebrates how Luna got her ass kicked 6 ways to Sunday. Oh, and that little thing where our 6 cuties became friends, but mostly the ass kicking.
It's just that the Summer Sun celebration is what first brought us all together. It just doesn't feel right not getting to spend such a special day with my Ponyville friends.
It doesn't feel right to us either, darling. If the mayor wasn't so desperate for our assistance, we'd most certainly stay here in Canterlot.
Wow, the mayor is kind of a dick in that regard. You'd think for a place where friendship is the law, they'd be a little more compliant to let them see their best friend in all her glory. Or were they just the only ones with slightly functioning brains which allow them to do stuff no one else can in Ponyville? I'd believe that. So they go back to Ponyville while Twilight stays to teach Spike how to write his own name.
Huh, what do you know? We're way ahead of schedule. I credit your extremely competent assistant.
You're right, Spike. If only Twilight had the competence you have, then maybe we wouldn't get these moments where she loses her shit over being a useless princess. But then Celestia comes in to say, that's my job, and don't you ever forget that. She's gonna have to smack you around every now and again, just to remind you who's boss. In all seriousness, this moment between the two is really sweet, but it's cut short when it arrives. Everyone meet our villain for the episode, the Rapist Trees from Evil Dead, restraining their victims by all 4 limbs, allowing them to have their way with the ponies.
When you touch a star, then you really are enchanted. Find the seed and plant it. Love will make it grow.
The next day, Princess Useless and Princess Never Around are missing, and so everybody assumes that Twilight has all the answers. Man, that's a stupid thing to think.
But I don't understand. Where are they?
And that's a stupid thing to ask.
There's no time to waste. We need to know what you want us to do.
I want you to continue the search for Princess Luna and Princess Celestia.
And that's just stupid! Are you guards so inept you can't think on your own? You have to have a higher-up tell you to keep doing what you're already doing. And how does that show good leadership? Anyone can do that! So all we're left with is the useless leading the dumb. Speaking of, Twilight gets word of the Rapist Trees in full force at Ponyville. They've already hit Fluttershy's place pretty hard, so naturally she decides who they should eat first. She picks the squirrel. I've dealt with plenty of rapists in my day. You just gotta bite their weapons right off them. Anything you force inside me, you ain't getting back. That's what I always say.
Now that I think about it, I've never seen these kinds of weeds at all.
You just noticed that, Applejack. Glad your brain's turned on today. Seriously, Applejack has the worst dialogue in this. Meanwhile, Rarity gets demon-possessed, kinda like Ash, which makes her try to kill her cat and smother that squeaky toy she calls a sister. Also kinda like Ash. But Twilight's not having any of that.
There is another way for us to get to Ponyville, remember?
There is?
You can fly!
She had to be told she could fly. You know, Twilight, I was joking earlier when I said you were useless, but just like that, you made this legitimately sad, and I pity you. Behold, Twilight Sparkle, the smartest dumbass in Equestria. So, good thing Spike can materialize seatbelts out of Twilight's own flesh just for them to disappear. Man, that sure was useful. And what the... You selfish little bitch! Yeah, you remember to zap yourself inside the building. Oh, but fuck Spike. I hope he has fun with his brain splattered all over the side of the building. Jesus, Twilight, hand back that crown. You are not fit for this. Once they whip out the old save-the-day plot devices, they bring back what we all miss so dearly.
Winter wrap-up, winter wrap-up. Now, Twilight.
Enough! Release Princess Celestia and Princess Luna, and stop the Everfree Forest from invading!
Just so they can pull a really shitty move.
Don't you play dumb with us, Discord. We know you're the one behind all of this.
Did you guys just wake up and say, man, that reforming Discord episode was real bullshit. Next time we see him, we're gonna blow his ass to stone. This not only takes the piss out of a very heartfelt moment in the series, but it also makes these characters look like really shitty people. Going up to a former acquaintance and acting all high and mighty bitch to him with baseless accusations. Sure, they're right, but unless Pinkie Pie got a peek at the script again, this thing has nothing to stand on. And just saying fuck it, we'll give you the Medusa stare anyway, still wouldn't have solved anything. Even he points out how stupid they are by saying, hey, dipshits, why not talk to the monochrome horsey who lives where the problem started? And I absolutely adore the fact that that was apparently a second thought to straight up killing off Discord and calling it a day. Sadly, Zecora is about as useless as everyone else and says that there's no hope for the world, so she tells Twilight to just drink away her sorrows and hope for the best. But Zecora puts something special in the drink.
Doesn't seem to be working. Where am I?
Not another step.
Princess Luna!
She said not another step. What the fuck are you doing? So yeah, in the midst of being off her tits, Twilight peeks into the past where Celestia sends Luna to her room because she's been banned. That's cool, except for why does Zecora have this magic acid that was completely useless to her prior to it being activated by alicorn magic? And yet somehow she still knew that it would show her something that's only relevant is at this particular time. Oh, but it's magic. Yeah, my ass. Also, in all her brilliance, Twilight honestly had to be told she was only viewing a flashback. Twilight Sparkle, the smartest dumbass in Equestria. Though to be fair, it would be hard to tell when they start slightly interacting with you. If these are just flashbacks, Luna was apparently attacking nothing while Celestia was staring down at more nothing. Perfectly thought out.
That's when she said, I don't hate you, boy, I just wanna save you while there's still something left to save. That's when I told her I love you, girl, but I'm not the answer for the questions that you still have. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I saw something from a long time ago, but it didn't explain what's happening now.
Thank you, Twilight. That shit was bloody pointless. Here's something that's not. Discord was apparently silly and a moron before he died. Okay, I lied. One more sip of the acid and she sees the elements of harmony grew on a tree, and in taking them away it pissed it off, so that somehow woke the Necronomicon, and now the tree's going around raping ponies? I don't know. Well, now they know something bad is in the Everfree Forest. Gee, that was hard to figure out. Almost as hard as taking the already beaten path and hoping this super sacred tree will be right next to it. Spoiler, it is.
I don't know what we're going to face in there, but whatever it is, I know we need to face it together.
And I know you'll abandon that within a few minutes.
We can use those to cross.
Or your wings, but that's unthinkable.
What the fuck is with this guy?
Twilight. Twilight, we know you can fly, don't pull this bullshit, and even then you're still perfectly capable of defending yourself, and even then you can teleport, you dumb fuck.
That guy was a dick.
Fine. I just can't seem to get these new wings to do what I want them to do when I want them to do it.
Yeah, no, not buying that. And now it's time to do exactly what I thought you would, and abandon all logic as they send Twilight away because they think it's too dangerous. I really wish I didn't have to explain why that's so poorly thought out, but I'm not here to judge, so here you go. First of all, sending her back alone through the woods is not very safe anyway. Second, killing your one trump card, the Elements of Harmony, is not very smart. Third, it would be in all of Equestria's best interest if Twilight was actually doing something useful than standing around doing nothing. And last, you 5 dumbasses have no way of dealing with this once you find it without the one who has any knowledge of it whatsoever. Twilight, you're smarter than this, you're not gonna go along with it, right?
All of you feel this way? Feel like I shouldn't be here? It is probably for the best.
And the fucking twit Twilight has to be told that was stupid by Discord. You heard right, she had to be told by Discord that she and her friends are morons. Yeah, cause it wasn't stupid enough! We had to contradict it only seconds after doing it! Fucking A. More than ever before! All together now with me! Twilight Sparkle, the smartest dumbass in Equestria! Oh god, a tiny Discord inside you. Better drink some hot chocolate.
No, no, no. No, no.
How'd you like the taste of that? How'd you like the taste?
Being turned to stone doesn't keep me from hearing every word Celestia says. Although I admit it makes rolling my eyes a challenge.
Dear God, it's growing bigger!
Anyway, the 5 take a page out of Twilight's book and go down the stairs the way she taught them. Glad you didn't break your neck wide open, Pinky. That would have been tragic.
Valiant efforts on both your parts, but the tree remains in jeopardy.
And I suppose you've got a better idea? That's what I thought.
I know who would know what to do. But we sent her home.
Gee, it's almost like sending Twilight away was a stupid idea. Go fucking figure. So Spike arrives, and are you kidding? Did Twilight just inspire everyone the day she broke every bone in her body?
Twilight! Trouble! Help!
Spike? Guess he's dead. Let's go see how Twilight's doing. Needless to say, Twilight is not gonna take this sitting down, so she puts on a chainsaw, grabs a sawed-off, and starts spouting 80s one-liners.
Groovy.
Or maybe she'll just get incapacitated immediately upon entering. Good leader.
I'll follow your soul! I'll follow your soul! I'll follow your soul!
Swallow this.
Listen here, you rabid rhododendrons! You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us!
For the love of fuck! Applejack, I'm asking you nicely! Don't open your mouth ever again!
I'll follow your soul!
You could have done that the whole time. that's just plain ignorance. So now it's time to show that rapist tree a lesson in shoving all the elements of harmony right up its ass. But not before worrying about how without them they won't be friends. Yes, really.
The elements of harmony, they're what keep us connected no matter what.
Just when I thought this thing couldn't get any dumber, you honestly had to explain to the audience and the characters that the concept of friendship has nothing to do with those. That's so insulting that I don't even care.
Klaatu, Narada.
They say the damn magic words, the useless sisters are back, and everything is alright. Or is it?
Why'd all this happen now?
I have no idea. Those seeds I planted should have sprouted up ages ago.
What did you say?
So yeah, plot twist. Discord was behind the whole thing as he got the magic seeds from the Necronomicon and they grew into the rapist trees we all know and love. So the festival goes off without a hitch and maybe Discord's still evil or not, who the hell knows, and Twilight's a princess now, whether you like it or not.
Hail to the king, baby.
So that was the premiere, and what a way to start a new season. So what have we learned? Don't shoot your friends in the foot, otherwise trees will come and rape you. You know, Equestria Girls may be gone, but its all-out stupidity really lives on in the heart of our very own Twilight Sparkle. While I won't say it's as bad as Equestria Girls, or even Crystal Empire for that matter, for everything this does better than those, it's still retained a lot of the same problems. Big one being Twilight losing all her sense. Something really fell off about her after Season 2, and it has nothing to do with her being an alicorn or a princess. Gone are the days of her being a growing but capable leader, and now replaced with someone who's as stupid as she is lucky. Instead of showing the gravity of her new position and weight of taking leadership in Equestria's desperation, we get idiots that need to be told when to blink and breathe, magic I have all the answers juice out of abso-fucking-lutely nowhere, not using your powers when it would make the most sense to, and taking the world's dumbest advice just to go get smarter advice just to get incapacitated in an instant. You know, for an episode designed to sell you on the fact that Twilight's now an alicorn and a princess, they really did a piss poor job of it when she can't even smartly utilize either of those things, because if she did, this episode would be over in 10 minutes! Though to be fair, everyone was an idiot in this. When they weren't wasting their time with baseless accusations, they were shooting themselves in the foot by sending their leader off. And as much as they want us to think that there was something to gain from that or made perfect sense, it only takes a little bit of thought to realize that it's neither of those things. And much like logic, urgency was another thing that was really missing from this episode. The useless sisters getting kidnapped in the end didn't matter, and the rapist trees were more of an inconvenience than they were a legitimate threat. It wasn't even that hard to solve the problem, just slightly left to the already beaten path. Hell, the crocodile was the only real challenge in this episode, and it barely lasted a minute. Also, the flashbacks, as cool as they looked, were essentially just filler. Neither Twilight nor the audience learned anything new besides the tree and the plot twist hidden in plain sight. They could have really been shortened, or better yet, saved for an entire episode based around them until we get to see something we didn't already know. So by now you probably think that I hate this episode. Well, no, I really don't. It's an absolute mess, but it's still a watchable mess, and that's mostly thanks to the character's charm and personality, something neither Equestria Girls or Crystal Empire had. It also helps that all of them were utilized this time, and it didn't just turn into the Spike and Twilight show. Not much of a surprise here, but Discord was the best thing in this. It's nice to know Donald Margulis hasn't lost his touch. I'm actually really interested to see where they go with this super double secret hidden agenda of his. It's also going to be cool to see how they follow up on this 6-lock box art. And I know a lot of people were surprised that they actually got rid of their elements, but for me it's going to be how long it stays that way or whether or not it'll have any effect on things that'll be the real surprise. But to the writers' credit, they really know how to build potential and get you excited for the rest of the season. But they're also the masters at squandering said potential, so join me next time, for better or for worse. This is the Music Man signing off. Oh, and speaking of, hey Megan! Where are those musical numbers you promised us?